Kershaw. They just come out with some good stuff. Let's talk blades, everybody. That's what we're into today. Kershaw Strata. But not just any Strata. You guys know I've done a review on the Strata and the Strata XL. This one is the Strata Cleaver? Yeah, I got that right. Cleaver. I'm not a huge fan of Cleaver knives. I think they look great, but I gotta be honest with you, not really my style. I do have a few in my collection, but I don't really carry them. I don't really carry them. I like the look of them. I like collecting them. Have I you know what? Okay, I have carried them, but I'm not too impressed, and they don't really hit my pocket all that great, all that much. So, with it being a Strata, I had to get it because I like collecting a certain knife, even if they come out with different variables of it. If I can afford it, I could do it. I do it. So the Cleaver, if you like cleavers, Strata Cleaver 2078, then this knife might be for you. The one thing that caught my eye was how deep carry of a pocket clip this is. Look at how deep that is. I mean, you put this in your pocket, it practically disappears. All you see is this little paper clip of a pocket clip sticking out of your pocket with the Kershaw brand on it. And of course, you got this big old kind of straight razor looking cleaver thing. And that's actually kind of nice. And it has this choil here where you can actually choke up on it and do your own little Sweeney Todd work if you really feel the necessary need to do so. I dig the design of this. This is probably the biggest, well, I shouldn't say probably, it is the biggest cleaver styled folding knife I have in my collection, simply because the blade itself is just, it's honking huge for it being a 4-inch cleaver. That's actually kind of nice to me. I enjoy it. It's nice and sleek, it's slim, and it disappears in the pocket. I like that. And it doesn't have that ugly old Strata copper accents. It kind of has like a brassy, kind of brownish. I actually dig that a lot better. But me, I'm just kind of monotone when it comes to certain stuff like that, so you can excuse that. It's just preference. What I heard that somebody was like, what'd they say? They said, cleavers are like cleaver knives are like the bell bottoms of knives. I don't know, it made me chuckle because this this isn't something that I find very functional. It doesn't have a tip. It doesn't. You have this kind of choppy looking thing. It still works. I mean, you have a workable edge. You can use this for a lot of stuff. You got a tip, but it's not straight. It's just at an angle. It's just, right there. And you can cut stuff with it, all right? That's what it's for. That's what a knife is for, right? You got a lot of real estate on that handle there. I don't know why they designed it that way, but they did, and it's actually not that bad. It actually works really well. You got jimping on the spine right here, at least partial ways, so when you hold it in this fashion right here, and it works very, very well. It really does. Obviously, like I said, this knife is not for stabbing, because look at that. What are you gonna... Can't stab anything with that. But you can hack and slash. You can cut things open with this, boxes, whatever, cut some rope or what have you. It is D2 steel. That is for you people who don't mind D2. I actually like D2 very much. China, yes, I know. Kershaw. I wish that they had an update or at least a remake on all the Stratas and did this design. I actually like this design way better than its original one, because the original one just kind of looks a little tacky to me. But, it doesn't bother me too much. They're lightly accents on a knife that just performs very well. It is running on ball bearings. I believe it's running on ball bearings. I'm pretty sure, if I remember, my memory isn't all that great. I do apologize. This is a frame lock, by the way, for those of you who are wondering whether or not it is a liner. No, it is a frame lock. Now, sadly, this is only a one-way carry pocket clip. You cannot switch the pocket clip in any fashion or form. Sorry for you left-handies out there, but this pocket disappears. This knife disappears in the pocket. And I gotta tell you, it is a nice little knife to carry. It's a dream. It's very light, it's very slim, and it just disappears in the pocket. So that is a humongous win. For some of you people who don't care either way, whether or not it is a cleaver or not, I gotta tell you, this is not bad. Sheep's foot cleaver, whatever you want to call it, it works. It works well, and it's plenty blade. It really is. It's plenty blade. I gotta tell you though, it just kind of gives me Sweeney Todd vibes anytime I hold this. If you guys seen that movie with Johnny Depp, this kind of feels like that to me. And it works. It really does. It works very well. It feels good in the hand. You can choke up with it. You can, choke down and get that extra reach for whatever reason. This is nice. This is a very nice knife. I can't really say too much about this knife because I don't really carry cleavers all that often, but this is to me, it's a visually attractive knife. But can you use it for self-defense? Well, I wouldn't use a cleaver knife for self-defense because you have no way of thrusting. You can't really thrust with this knife. You can hack and slash with it, which I don't know if that's what you really want to use that for, but I mean, this is plenty enough intimidating. I was actually kind of curious. One time, one of my friends was like, "I wonder if you can use a straight razor in self-defense." Well, you can use anything in self-defense. You can use a pencil for self-defense. You can use anything if you had to defend your life, and that's whatever you had on you. I'm sure it would give you that edge. Trying not to use that word, but I did it anyway. If you need it. It's I don't think it's meant for self-defense. I don't think cleaver knives are actually originally meant for self-defense, but I mean, you got all that reach right there. That's a pretty big cleaver for being a folder. If you don't mind slashing and hacking, and if you have the proper training, I'm sure this would probably work as good as any self-defense knife if you had the proper... I don't know what the heck I'm talking about at this point. I remember it was just something that one of my friends brought up because he saw this and he's like, "Could you use this in self-defense?" I'm like, "I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I'd probably carry something more suitable for self-defense." But then again, would I really be using a folding knife for self-defense? If I really wanted to play it smart, I'd probably just use pepper spray or a taser or something like that because, I want to be able to go home that night, not behind bars or behind a patrol car or, that sort of deal. But this is very snappy opening. It's just a dream to carry. It really is. And if you're looking for a working knife that's a Strata but not as aggressive looking, this is another way to go. This is another way to go. I can tell you one thing though. It does feel a little bit flimsy to me, but I think all Strata knives just feel that way because of how thin they are. Now that can be a win or a loss, depending on the person that you talk to. If you're not a huge fan of flimsy knives, now is this hugely flimsy? No, there's no blade play on this thing, left, right, up, or down. It just feels because of how thin it is. Anyways, let's get into the specs of the knife. Excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze right now. Okay, so yeah, 4 inches, exactly 4 inches of blade, but actual cutting edge, you're looking about a little bit more than 3.5. You have a little over a 9-inch knife, all things said and done. 9 1/4, depending on that little nub of a pocket clip that sticks up. And the weight of this knife, I think I pulled something in my arm, dude. It feels weird. Anytime I move my arm a certain way, I I have to like move it a different way. It's weird. 4.27 ounces. So yeah, this is under 5 ounces. Yeah, this is a nice hefty knife to be carrying. If you're looking for a decent tool knife with a really big edge, this would be great for that. I have to say though, this is a lot of room for the pocket for this thing to hold on to. So you are going to feel this knife kind of moving around a little bit, sliding on the pocket. There's just so much room right there. But it actually stays put. It stays put in the pocket, and I really, really enjoy that. I very much enjoy that about this knife. Is this the type of knife that I would carry everywhere? No, it's not. It's simply not. But it's not a bad knife nonetheless. It is a good cleaver knife, and I do appreciate all and every kind of different styled knives that there are out there, especially when it's this dang pretty. I mean, look at how pretty that thing is. That's really sleek looking. I actually like that. I like that a lot. I like the jimping that's on the flipper tab right here. I very much enjoy that. It's just, I don't know if I want to carry this every day. I don't know. That's just me. Some people are like, well, what are you going to use a cleaver knife for? For me, if I was going to do any light prying, then I would use this side for prying. I would stick that underneath something and I would use it to pry very lightly if I ever had to do so and I had nothing else. I wouldn't advise anybody using a folding knife for prying. I think that would just ruin the knife. But there are knives out there that are designed to do so. If you're going to do that, then I suggest you get a knife that is designed for prying, so that way you don't destroy a knife that isn't designed to do so. I guess that's kind of, common sense. But yeah, you can either do that, or you can flip it open like a Spyderco. You can grab the blade right here and I had to do that off screen, but it is doable. You could do that way, or you could simply just use the flipper tab. It's a nice knife. It's a nice knife. What can I say about it? It really is. For a cleaver, it is a very, very nice knife. It didn't have too much pocket time, like I said. I'm not a huge fan of carrying cleaver knives all the time, but cleaver folding knives are actually not that bad to carry, as long as you just want to keep it for regular tasks. I don't know. It's not that bad. I really very much enjoy the look and the feel of the knife. Like I said, it does feel a little bit small, or thin, I should say, in the hand. But you know what? It's got plenty of, like I said, plenty of other good things about this knife that you can actually just, I don't know, use it as is. If you're a fan of the Strata, I would look into it. I very much get Strata feels whenever I have that in hand. So go ahead and slash that like button, stab that subscribe. What is up with me today? Stab the subscribe, slice that bell icon so you guys notified anytime I post new things. In these crazy times, everybody, please be kind, be safe, carry responsibly, and I'll see you all awesome people in the next video.